This is the Horse Radio Network. Good morning, everyone. I am Glenn the Geek, founder of the Horse Radio Network and host of the longest-running daily podcast in the world, Horses in the Morning. I am stopping by Wisdom by WESA to share with you some interviews we did at the trade show last week. I try to do this every trade show, but COVID put it on hold for a few years. We focus on new products, so if you're a buyer, maybe you missed one of these at the stands, and if you are a consumer, you get a first look at some of the new products coming to the market. I've put some timestamps in the show notes for each company and product so that you can come back and listen again if you need to a little bit later. This is our 26th trade show that we've been to, and we get to meet some fascinating people. Let's get started with one of the most fascinating new people we met. We have Natasha from Chuupul Leather here, and we were attracted to your booth immediately this morning because we walked by it first thing. You have some of the most beautiful handbags
Thank you.
and luggage and different things made of leather. But what we found really fascinating was your backstory. So you started in TV.
Yes, I started in television. I worked in entertainment for about 11 years. I lived in Los Angeles. I was a post-production supervisor. So I was the person in charge of the television show once it finished filming from the time it was delivered to the studio and aired. So I was in charge
editors,
of
all that stuff.
Exactly. You got it.
Wow,
color
that's fascinating.
correction, editing, delivery.
Is there a TV show we would know?
Lots of them. Dawson's Creek, even Stevens, Sopranos.
You worked on The
Bones.
Sopranos?
I did.
Oh my God, was that fun? Or
Oh, it was amazing. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
did
Yes.
you now as in post production? Do you ever get to meet the celebs?
I didn't unless they had a rap show. Like at the end of the season, they would do a rap party. And I did get a chance to meet some celebrities, but the best thing about the shows were the gifts at the end of the year.
There you go. Sopranos. It wasn't a gun, was it?
No.
Okay, all
They
right.
would give out cool jackets, like Letterman jackets and blankets.
Oh, cool. So you got out of that, and now you're in the leather business. How did that come about?
Well, I was always a leather fanatic and a bag person. Even when my friends wanted to buy me gifts, they would buy me bags. And it didn't have to be anything expensive. It could be a bag or a nice little wooden box or a bag or something like that. But everybody knew that that was my fetish. And so during the years, I just started collecting bags, designing bags. My mother was a seamstress, so I have a background in sewing. Over COVID, I was like, I'm going to take this passion into a profession.
So let's review that. During the hardest time in the history of the world
Yes.
to source any product,
Yes.
you decided to build products.
Yes. That I did. Yes, I did.
Well, if you got through that, you get through anything.
I sure hope so.
Was it harder than you thought?
It has been a journey, a labor of love, but yes, it's a lot harder than I ever imagined. People said raising children are hard. I think this is probably up there with it.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
raising a little company.
Yeah,
hard.
raising a little company and finding the leather for it. Yes.
And you started with a lot of SKUs. I mean, you didn't just come out with one. You have quite a few SKUs here.
Well, I wanted to give my client base options. You know, a lot of the travel accessories were one-dimensional. I wanted my brand to be more of a treasure hunt, somewhere that you can go and find something unique, something long-lasting, and something that would be a legacy that you can actually gift instead of throwing away.
So my wife, Jennifer, loves handbags.
Yes.
If she has a fetish, that's it.
Okay.
So what do you think?
Oh my gosh, I want them all. I want them all. They're beautiful, but they're so many that we see at the trade shows in the equestrian world are extremely Western centric.
Yes.
If you're not in Dallas, Texas, or at a quarter horse convention, you're going to stand out a little bit. These are classic and subtle and beautiful. I love them.
Thank
and they
you.
and they smell like cows, not icky. So you use very high quality leather. It's
Thank you.
It's not that nasty stuff that's going to stain your clothing when you wear it next to your body.
Yes. Everything is 100% genuine vegetable tan leather, and it's all handcrafted. And everything ranges from between a 2-ounce to a 6-ounce hide. So this is very high quality leather products that you're receiving. Like not many of your even high price or name brand bags will be of that caliber.
And what's the reaction been so far?
Everyone is loving it. And that is one of the proudest points of my line is just receiving the reaction from everyone. Even if no one is purchasing anything, just the feedback and the appreciation.
Well, let's hope they're buying something too.
Well, yes, that.
I mean,
but,
you'll be around longer that way.
But people that come over and just want to smell it, if I can make money off of people just smelling it.
$10 a sniff, please.
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
Where can our listeners find it?
We're at Chuupul.com. That's CHUUPUL.com. And we're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Do you sell retail and wholesale?
Yes, we do.
All right. So all those stores out there listening on the WESA feed, you can contact her and put some of this quality stuff into your store.
Yes. And we're based out of New Orleans. Our phone number is 504-470-0444. NOLA made, NOLA love. Pick up your bags today.
Now I'm hungry for beignets.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Someone I met at their first WESA was Haas Boot Company, and they have something large coming. Hey, Don, good to see you again.
Hey, how are you?
Good. So we interviewed you years ago when we were at the Denver market. And tell us a little bit about Haas Boot Company, what you guys do. And
So Haas Boot Company was founded 4 years ago.
So we saw you when you were brand new babies.
Brand spanking new.
You're in elementary school now.
now we carry 200 styles. We also have the licensee for Die Hard, which was a Sears brand before. But in the Western boots and some of the Haas boot styles, we're now going up to a size 18. And some of the work boot styles, we go up to an 18.6E. So for those big guys, and it's kind of a unique thing where not a lot of boot companies are doing it. Or
Who wears
dropping.
a size 18?
Somebody that's
I
about
thought my feet were big.
6'8" and about 300 pounds and what have you.
Oh my gosh!
But your basketball players, your football players, and think about those size guys that want to wear Western boots or need work boots.
And it's interesting because cowboy boots have become mainstream.
Yes.
So
they're everywhere in the country. We had that conversation today.
Yeah.
We sell cowboy boots, in Pennsylvania or Ohio or a lot in Texas.
Even the English riders, especially in the hunter jumper world and that world, are wearing cowboy boots now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
which is interesting. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah.
So
it might be the availability of English product too.
So what line of boot, what name of boots or line of boots can they look for if they have big feet?
Well, in our catalog or on our website, we kind of have an emblem saying Big Hoss.
Okay.
So those size, they'll either go out to a 6E or go up to size 18 or 17. So we have quite a few different styles. I think it's about 12 styles altogether that go up into those big sizes and widths.
Other than size, is there a trend now in cowboy boots? Something that's coming on or changing, or like with cowboy hats, it's the distressed look now.
Yeah. It's certainly like we do well with our flag series, or we call it the Rushmore. We're doing a blue line one along with the traditional distressed brown. But yeah, it's
well, colors we're really in for a long time. Is that out a little now? Are we going more conservative?
Well, we're more in the work Western arena, so it's really shades of brown.
Yeah.
So that's more so what we're doing is a lot of shades of brown.
And yet you have some colors for the outliers.
Yeah. So, some of the guys that want to show off a little bit less. Yes.
Even at work. What's the website?
HaasBoots.com or diehardfootwear.com.
Weatherbeeta is a company we have known since they came to the States in the 90s, and they had some fun new English saddle pads there.
We're going to be launching some new saddle pads this fall. They should arrive between October and November. It is the Weatherbeeta Ultra Grip pads. They're a new spin on our best-selling Prime pads. We have a new shaped silicone top, and they also have a memory foam padding. It's to help for extra grip and keep your saddle from sliding around. And then on the underside, it takes a note from the Prime pads as well with a wick dry lining, and it has a breathable spine. It also has PCV girth guards to reduce the wear. The fabric itself is a durable suede, and it's got the Wick Easy lining on the inside and the outside to keep the horse cool and dry. And it is available in 5 colors and 2 cuts. We'll have jump cut and dressage, and it has maroon, gray, navy, black, and white. So we're covering all of our best-selling colors with a brand new innovative style. The MSRP on that is going to be $99.99 with a MAP value of $89.95.
They feel substantive, which is what impressed me. A lot of saddle pads, when you touch them, they either feel wishy-washy in that they might wrinkle under your saddle, or they'll feel too cardboardy. They're substantive so that they're going to sit still and not wrinkle. They're going to go on flat when you put them on, but still soft enough and breathable feeling. I thought they really hit a nice balance. And if you're not familiar with this style of saddle pad, which, as you mentioned, there are several models, they're cut so that where the girth loop is, it comes down a little bit lower. It kind of comes down. It's contour cut there, which is ideal if you have a horse who reacts to the elastic on your girth. If you have a horse that wears a monoflap saddle and you've got billet straps that run down there, that's nice because some horses get irritations there. I'm raising my hand right now. So I love the cut on these, and the all-purpose or jumping style one is cut very generously forward. So even a cross-country saddle, I think, is going to fit on those. And it has a nice long spine, so the very back of your panels don't get gross because the saddle pad's too short. So you nailed it, ladies.
They will be available for retailers to pre-order now, and they should be arriving mid-October.
Smarty Roping had some helpful new products coming out for all the ropers out there. I am here with Travis with Smarty Roping, and they have a very large booth because they carry very large products. So tell us a little bit about the company, Travis.
Smarty Roping was started in 2011. We're based out of Mount Pleasant, Texas. We were started with 4-time world champion team roper Alan Bach. He designed every one of our roping machines that we have, and we have just grown enormously since then.
What's a roping machine?
So the roping machines are so you can practice team roping, calf roping, different things like that in the rodeo industry.
And you have a lot of different varieties here, but we're talking about new products now, and you don't have the new product here because it's so big.
It is big, yes.
What is it?
So we have 2 different new products. We have the Smarty Bronc, which helps people learn how to ride saddle broncs and barebacks. And that's one thing that nobody in the industry has, is anything to be able to start these kids, young kids, out on a machine instead of putting them on a live horse and you don't know what's going to happen. This way you can control it. They can work on their technique. They can work on every single aspect of where to put their feet, how to move their feet, everything with the bareback and saddle bronc riding.
So you're, quote unquote, I'm going to call it the fake horse right here.
Yep.
The fake horse is on wheels, kind of on a wagon cart kind of thing, and
Yes.
it's pulled by a tractor or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be our Smarty Bulldogger is what that
Okay.
is. So the Bulldogger is for the steer wrestling in the rodeo world. So the horse, it can be just like you're riding a horse. You don't have to have a live horse. You don't have to wear out horses or anything. You get off onto the steer that we have to work on your...
Which is also pulled.
Which is also pulled by a
Right.
four-wheeler and ATV. And you would get off on it to work on getting off on your horse, because that's a lost part of steer wrestling, is getting the dismount, getting onto the steer and catching the steer, and then being able to slide your feet correctly.
Well, I can see that because you would wear both animals out, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hurt yourself trying to get off sometimes.
This is cool. So is this something you built because people have been asking and there's a need?
There is a need. We built the Bronc. The big thing about the Bronc, why we built it, is because we want to help kids develop great technique and have a safer way for them to learn, instead of just jumping on young colts and horses. You never know what they're going to do. But the Smarty Bulldogger, it has been. People have been asking, when are you going to make something like this to help us out? So we took our engineering team and they went to work and built us 2 brand new great products.
So in most parts of the horse world, we cover everything from English to Western, and most parts have been doing it for a long time. A lot of the associations we talk to are talking about the lack of kids coming into the sport. They're seeing less and less and less thanks to video games and everything else, right?
Yes.
Is that true in this world?
So in the rough stock world, which were the bronc riding, the bareback and saddle bronc, it is the less contestants, or there's little and little more.
So this is important.
So this is
product
important
helps
because
that.
kids don't want. They go out and they just get beat to the ground. They get knocked out, get concussions. Like, I don't want to do that no more. That hurts.
Right.
And so then they stop. Here, you can learn how to do it correctly and go from
and
this
not break things,
and then go from this and be able to breathe and listen and understand everything that's going on in the ride because you understand everything that's going on. You know every aspect of it.
And we have to do this in all parts of the horse world. We have to make it an easier entry,
right,
for kids, or we're gonna all be gone eventually.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like you going out and going to a batting machine and learning how to bat or shooting baskets at a basketball. You're learning the basics before you get thrown into the live game.
Where can they find it? When's it out, and where can they find it?
You can find it at smartyroping.com, and we're in Mount Pleasant, Texas.
And retailers, it's available to them as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
We met a group of very enthusiastic ladies from Galligers Water. When we got here today to the trade show, somebody accosted us, and her name was Melissa. She came running up, saw the microphones, and said, "You have to visit our booth." So what is the name of the company?
The name of this product is Galligers Water by Equestra Bev.
Very good. So it's Galligers Water. And who is Gallagher?
Gallagher is my horse. He's an Irish sport horse gelding. And Gallagher
I'm glad he's Irish with that name. So
he had a drinking problem.
yeah. So what is it?
This is a powdered hydration beverage. It's an instant beverage. It dissolves in 2 gallons of water. You can take it on the road. You can use it in your barn. You can use it before and after workouts, when the temperature drops, when they need a shot of hydration, anytime, anywhere. Because this product is so delicious to them that they think it's a treat. You do not have time to hang this bucket up in their stall. They absolutely suck it down in 30 seconds. Done. 2 gallons of water in the horse. It does have electrolytes in it, but that's not the main focus. The main focus of this product is to get the water in the horse.
So what makes it? We've done interviews with companies with similar products. What makes yours different?
Mine is the fact that it works, it's delicious, and it gets the water in the horse in record time. That's how we are different. This dissolves instantly, and there are no particles for
and
horses
it's powder
to choke
as opposed to hay cubes or whatever, right?
It is not a hay cube. It is not particles of grain. It is a powdered beverage that dissolves all the way.
I drink powdered iced tea, similar to that.
Similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes in single serving packages?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so when you buy a box of it, how many do you get?
12 in a pack.
Okay.
12 will last you. People are using it one a day after their workouts to rehydrate. They're using it at horse shows. They're using it to travel.
Her horse is a terrible drinker on the road. Yep.
Yes, most are.
Yeah. Is it competition safe?
Competition safe.
There's nothing in here? There's
Nothing.
No CBD oil or any of that
none
stuff?
of,
No,
none
okay,
of that.
good.
It's very, very straightforward. Very,
right.
very straightforward.
And also meds also. You can put that in if you need to put antibiotics or bute, whatever you put it in there and they'll
drink it right. Because that is a problem. You put the medicines in their feed and they always pick it out.
That's
yeah.
right.
They always pick it out.
Correct.
Where can people buy it? It's brand new, right?
Yes, it's brand new. We've only been in business 4 months, but we are killing it. We have a real fan base now. We're getting testimonials, videos, people sending us stuff all the time saying my horse is addicted. He loves this stuff. So it's running through barns. People are using it. It's all over my barn. There's wrappers like this all over the ground, a wash rack, everywhere else.
So if you want your horse to drink like the Irish, where do they go?
Galligerswater.com.
A friend of mine, Scott Knutson of the Cowboy Entrepreneur podcast, did this interview for us.
So, Rusty, you're from Saba Equine. You're the owner.
That's correct, Scott.
And we just found out he grew up in Fredericksburg, Texas, where I live.
I left there in '88 and just right up the road in San Saba.
Oh, man, that's so cool. It's so cool. We're neighbors. So tell us about your store.
Well, it started out kind of honestly, got in the wholesale business on accident. We were in retail, started a one-man saddle shop in 1993 and had feed stores all across the area. want good quality tack and couldn't get it. So we started in the wholesale business, and here we are today selling all over the country. So
It's so great. It's such a great story. So what's one of your newest products?
Well, we're doing a lot of chocolate leather right now, and a whip stitched rope and rein, barrel rein is something that's been real popular for us.
So if somebody's out and they find San Saba, find your tack store, what's the price they can see at retail?
That store, that rein would run $59.95.
Oh, that's great though. It's great tack.
Yeah,
It
no,
really
it's
is.
all handmade right there in San Saba, and just small shop. We've got 5 people working there. So
Wow. How can people find you?
right there in two blocks off the red light, But more importantly, we've got stores all across the country that carry San Saba Equine tack. Got a website coming out real shortly, sansabaequine.com.
Very cool. Very cool. Thanks for being on the Horse Radio Network.
All right, Scott. Thanks.
And finally, a company called Draw It Out. I'm here with Lene, and the company's name is Draw It Out. First time I've seen you guys.
Yes.
How long you been around?
About 7 to 8 years. John came up with it. His name's John Conklin out of Logan, Utah. So we're just happy to be here and enjoying talking with all the retailers.
What is Draw It Out?
So Draw It Out started as an all-natural liniment company, and it has definitely expanded. We have a lot more new and up-and-coming products. So basically, a lot of our products are for horses, dogs, and people. Like I said, it's all natural. It doesn't sting, tingle, or burn. It goes on really smooth. You don't have to wear gloves. Safe to use on your hands. And what people like
Doesn't
about
make me taste like cabbage after?
No, that's what we love about that. So it's not one that's going to give you any bad taste in your mouth or anything. Like I'm trying to think of the one horse people use a lot.
DMSO,
Yes, DMSO, that one. Then I'm like, yeah, that's never a good one. So definitely not like that.
So what product are we going to talk about today? We're here highlighting brand new products.
Yes. So our brand new product is called Breathe to Run. I own a bleeder and a horse with allergies. So I wanted something that opened up the airways, that didn't collect dust. Because a lot of the stuff on the market.
Yeah, they're goopy.
They are. And it collects dust. It doesn't dry, so it's just collecting all that. And you don't want that in the airways. So what John came out with is you put it on the airway in that nasal passage, and it's going to dry clear, and you can apply it up to 3 times a day. We've had a lot of people have success with it with their barrel horses, their performance horses. But what I love about it, it's for all types of horses. So I have a retired horse that has breathing issues, and I put that on him just even in his stall. So you do not have to have a horse that's being worked to use this product.
So is this an as-needed product as opposed to a preventative?
As needed.
Okay.
I use it as a preventative too, because it's going to help those horses that do bleed or have allergy issues by opening up that airway too.
And where do they find it?
So you can find this online. There's a lot of different retailers that have it. Tractor Supply should be having it here soon too. So
good.
that's always a good one to have there. So
And the website?
It is drawliniment.com. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the new products coming to the market. As I said, timestamps and links are in the show notes if you need to find one of these companies. Well, thanks to the good folks over at WESA for allowing Horse Radio Network to produce the Wisdom by WESA podcast, and we look forward to the next show in January. You can catch my daily show called Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network at horseradionetwork.com, and all 21 of the other shows, you can find them there as well, horseradionetwork.com. Now go shopping.